So I live in Virginia. I'm sure everybody who's watched at least one of my videos knows that A, I live in Virginia, and B, it seems like regardless of the month, it is hot, and like that sticky, nasty hot. I know, it's crazy. We're not too far down south. We're like smack dab right in the middle on the East Coast, but daggone, does it get hot. Especially during this time of year, like the latter parts of the summer, August, September. I mean, it's great because you can fly your plane in December and you might have a 70-degree day, but hey, it's just one of those things where you have to deal with it. And, you know, these planes, you're trapped in a tube here with that heat, and it's going to affect you, right? So, you know, you got sweat wiping down your face and it's all nasty, and you're trying to, you know, concentrate on your frequencies and reading back to ATC instructions, and, you know, kind of important that you're still flying the plane up there, right? So, one of the things that I'm playing with, and it's, at first I thought it was kind of a ridiculous thing, I'll be completely honest with you, right? Is a battery-powered fan. And there's a ton of these things out there, and I'm sorry, I don't know what the sun's doing. It's, well, there you go. There's my point right there. It's crazy baking sun right now. I'm getting ready to turn this on because I'm burning up doing this little video for you. But, yeah, so you're in here and you're running up the plane, or you're sitting down on a controlled airport waiting for clearance, or, you know, all those wonderful things that you're sitting in the plane just baking, wishing that you were high in the sky and it was nice and cool. Even in some areas, you know, you got to be a couple thousand feet up there before it gets nice and cool. But, yeah, this is going to be very helpful. All right, so, like I was saying, a lot of these things out here, but this one through Amazon that I got was pretty decent. The reviews were high. The battery life and specs on here are absolutely insane. So there's two things. The reason why it makes it really such a decent purchase. Number one, it's a brushless motor. And for those who don't know, brushless motors provide less resistance, which means you're going to have a longer battery life. And also with brushless motors, as opposed to brushed motors, it has less friction, which means it can spin faster. So brushless are the way to go. Back in the day, you know, everybody had brush motors and it created dust and all this other kind of junk. Those little hobby motors are basically what I'm talking about, and these brushless motors are so much better. For those who don't know, I'm also into RC stuff, so that's that crossover there. And then second, with this specific one, it's 10,000 milliamps of battery power in here. So again, that's one of those weird specs, but basically that is how much energy this has to feed off of, right? So the higher milliamperage or amperage that you have is basically equates to capacity of that battery pack. Okay, so long story short is, on high, this will last you literally all day long. So if you're flying all day long in this type of weather, you're baking under the sun, that is going to be a heck of a nice feature. It's got 3 speeds. It's got low, medium, and guess what comes next, guys? Turbo. No, it's high. So yeah, on high, it basically runs forever. Medium, you're going to probably die before this thing cuts off, and then low, your children are going to feel the effects of this well in their retirement ages. No, but seriously, it does run for quite a bit of time. I think literally it's like 12 hours, 8 hours, and 6 hours, something to that effect, right, with that huge battery. Because literally the battery, the only thing it's doing is it's turning a brushless fan, and it has hardly no resistance, so hey, it's going to last forever. Another cool part of this is it's got this big old clamp on here. It's not magnetic, so that's nice. It's not going to mess with your stuff. Now, it is going to create somewhat of a magnetic field within the motors, so make sure, you know, you're well away from your compass there. If you got a whiskey compass or an older compass that's going to deviate because of magnetism around it. This is 2 ways to charge it, and I was kind of like, what? When I first got it, but it's actually really cool. So you can charge it using a normal micro USB plug, right? And it will charge just fine. However, if you use a USB-C plug, it charges at almost twice the amount of time. So it's going to be twice as quick to be able to charge all of this. And since this is just a big old battery laying in here, it's going to take a while to charge it with your little USB plug. Now, if you basically are going to fly the next day, you just charge it overnight, you're good to go, you don't have anything to worry about. But if you're stuck somewhere and you need it recharged, you know, you're over at Signature or an FBO or something, then the USB-C is the way to go. You plug that up, and then you'll have, you know, more than enough time to go out, get something to eat, come back, and it'll be almost fully charged, if not all the way charged. And pivots in all different types of directions. We say 3 directions, why not? So it goes, you know, left, right on this little bracket thing, and then up, down. So I was kind of concerned. Holy smokes, when I first got it, it was a pretty, you know, decent sized fan, but I just attached it to the yoke. Can't really hit anything, and then when I turn, it's that natural, ooh, I need to put a little grease on there. It's natural oscillation. Hey, look at that. That's a feature right there. So, you know, tie it into the yoke if you can, or clip it on your visor if you want to do that, or the possibilities are endless. I'm not sponsored or anything. It's just if I find something cool like this, I like to share it with you guys, and I think this is definitely something that's pretty cool. All right, well, I wasted about 7 minutes of your time not being able to speak correctly and showing you a fan. Whoop-de-ding-de-doo, right? But it is pretty nifty, and I do like it. I've been using it, not even flying. I've unclipped it and attached it to my desk, so if I go for a quick jog or something, I'm all nasty and sweaty, when I get home I just pop it on and I'm good to go. It's portable, it's great. So I think it was about 30 bucks or something, and I'll put the link down below as usual. And if you want one, grab one, and if not, at least you know a little bit more about batteries, fans, and non-brushed and brushed motors. Hey, there you go. Didn't think you knew, or we're gonna learn something about that today, right? All right, till next time, guys. See ya.